Welcome back, everybody. Reserve list conversation. It's been a little while. Today, we're going to talk about the reserve list. And we're going to talk about the fallout and the interesting. You're going to have a little bit of background things for you guys to look at, but this is mostly going to be a verbal, audio, non-visual, stimulating conversation for those of you with the shorter attention spans and the very unhappiness and anger frowny faces. So today we're going to talk about some of these byproducts and some of the collateral damage that we're seeing post-fallout of 2017, 2018 boom bust, 2019 bust, 2020. I guess are we still busting? Are we busting? I guess we're busting. So today I want to share pretty much, let's put that out to the side. Some cards I bought. We're going to start off at the top here. Stormworld, BGS 9.5 Italian Legends here. And we're going to talk about what's going on here, and we're going to talk about how people have gotten crushed financially, speculating or trying to flip cards they don't either understand about or they don't like. So first things first, this store originally had this card priced at a whopping, I guess they had it priced at $60 or reduced to $60. I don't know. So today we're going to go over reserve list cards from Legends, or specifically Italian Legends. And we're also going to, how should I say this? Talk about how we got here, and we're going to talk about what I think is coming next, kind of the past, present, future kind of thing. So to catch everyone up to speed, if you haven't been watching my channel in the last couple of years, obviously I started YouTube in 2016, and by 2017 my channel started to explode, and I mean just it kind of viral-ish in the Magic world, and it became very controversial in 2017 when I was a lot more uncensored, a lot more uncensored curse words, and I was kind of my true crazy Rudy self. And of course, by the end of 2017, 2018, post-adpocalypse on YouTube, I'm no longer allowed to curse without getting into financially problems with the advertising and the listings, all this stuff. And anyways, during this time, though, of course, the Magic community was very unhappy with the boom and explosion out of nowhere of my YouTube channel. And it created and helped, not created, that's a bad word. It helped really spread the FOMO of the reserve lists, boom. I wouldn't say created or I caused or anything, but it helped spread the word is a good way to say it. So here we are, 2020. Prices have tanked on a lot of things. Today we're going to talk about cards that have been absolutely clobbered in financial value. So, and these are going to be your weird second, third tier, not quite third, more second, I guess. No, I would call it third tier. Third tier reserve, first tier is going to be like Power 9. Second tier is going to be like, I don't know, Dual Lands, Abyss, Tabernacles, Time Vaults, very iconic cards. Djinns, Libraries, Bazaar. And third tier is going to be reserve list rares that are, how do I say it? Tough to get, still valuable, but they're not quite the bottom of the barrel, fourth and fifth tier Homeland, Fallen Empire reserve list cards. So let's start with this. So Stormworld, this card a couple years ago, honestly, about 24 months ago, $60 for BGS 9.5. Stormworld would have been a phenomenal, I don't want to say phenomenal, but that would have been a good price. I would say this card probably retailed and spiked. I would say at a 9.5 quality, this was probably a $200 card in 2017. Okay. This company I bought it from, obviously I'm not sponsored, so I'm not sharing the company information. This particular card was marked down originally down to, as you can see, $60, and then eventually major clearance. And for the record, Stormworld card number 1, I paid $36 for this card. So I paid $36 for a Stormworld 9.5 gold label gem mint reserve list rare from Legends. It's Italian Legends. That's the first thing. So we're going to get that out of the way. Thanks for playing. That's interesting. Card number 2. So about this next one here. So now we got also Telekinesis from Italian Legends. Another one of my very, very iconic favorite cards. And then, by the way, these are all 9.5s. These are all going to be 9.5s. And the price I paid was perverted. I don't know if these are worth 0. I don't care what they're worth. I was like, if I was going to build an Italian Legends, 9.5 set, I guess this is the time to do it because apparently nobody cares. Except me. I'm the only idiot still buying reserve list cards. So here we are, a quad 9.5. I guess that's a good thing for those of you obsessed with BGS stuff. It's a quad, whatever. It's a 9.5 Telekinesis. Same thing, as you guys saw. $60 is what they had it marked to. and eventually it went on clearance. Now this one's the most expensive card I bought. I did pay $36 for this card. And this was a week ago, sorry. I paid a whopping $36. By the way, this does not include my credit card cash back, so if you want to take $1 off every card, that's fine, but who cares? So again, reserve list card, completely crushed in the face in financial value, post boom and bust of the reserve list. Next, do I even need to tell you guys what this card is? Come on. You all know what this card is. Anybody? It's flipping Recall. Italian Legends Recall. The infamous XX, popping recalls and doing the old switcheroos. And anyways, 9.5, you got yourselves a little Tibble 9. I don't care about the subgrades. Who cares? A 9.5 gold label. Originally, it was marked to 115 on the way down in price. And I believe I was watching online, 80, then 60. Anyways, I ended up paying, you got it, folks, Recall. I ended up paying a whopping $32 for this BGS gold label. Recall. It's so stupid. I don't collect. You guys know I don't do foreign cards, but there's a point in life where it just becomes, it's almost like a meme. It was a meme purchase. The video alone, I was like, I got to buy these for the video. So this is what we have, Recall. If you don't know what this card is, if you're not familiar with what it is, it's extraordinarily popular and familiar in old school. It's a very, very popular old reserve list. I believe these are all rares. Maybe one or two might be an uncommon. Like Cleanse. Wait, is that an uncommon or rare? There might be some. I'm not. Legends was such a big set. It still takes me a second thought and a second guess to make sure I get it right. Anyways, we got a Recall. Same thing. 9.5. It's got subgrades. Nobody cares. You can subgrade these nachos. And yeah, another stupid, 100. And then we're going to get into later on here. And here we are. Next, we got infamous Tenzo. Not 10, some fancy serial number and $100 and something. 9.5, same thing, subgrades. There's a bunch of crap up there. Nobody cares. It's a 9.5 overall. Italian Legends, Tenzo, Washington, Doritos. I'm just kidding, by the way. This is actually a very iconic, very important card. Big fan. Again, Tenzo here. Now, this Tenzo, this was a $32 purchase. So this one, again, I definitely shut out the big money. And I know people are already going to be going, I don't understand this. Rudy's showing these cards. The price has gone to garbage fire. Doesn't it cost like $10 a card to grade? In theory, yeah. If you grade like 1,000 cards and have a bulk account, you can probably get it down to maybe $6 a card. But you still have shipping and fees and back and forth and time. And again, bulk shipping and fees. You could be waiting a year for your cards. All right, so next card here. Anybody know what this guy is? Anybody? Let's see how good you guys are. Anybody? You remember what this card is? Give you a hint. Tomb. Alchor's Tomb. Good talk. Anyways, and this one right here, sorry, this was marked to $50 for somebody's inventory. Again, I'm not sure this is uncommon or rare. It doesn't really matter at this point. It's reserve list. It's 9.5. It's got a bunch of miniature 9.5. So it's got a data 9.5, and it's got a little baby 9.5 that apparently is cool. And another Tomb that is, and again, this one was a very pricey one here. The Tomb, I did shell out $29 for this Tomb before credit card cash back. So, and it's probably worth $29, to get a 9.5, whatever, but that's that. Next, we're going to go over the next here. What do we got here? Anybody remember this card? Now, this is a fun story. This one was only $50 at the time when they had it marked too. Arena of the Ancients, for those of you not familiar. Oh, yeah, it has it written in English above. Wow, I'm a Timmy. I didn't even realize that. I'm over here saying what this is. That's funny. So we got a 9.5. We got a bunch of little baby numbers there again. And, yeah, Arena of the Ancients. This was another big spending card. I dropped a whopping $29 on this particular card. And this was a definitely... Now, for those of you who aren't around or familiar, Arena of the Ancients was I was going to say a meme card, but this was actually a reserve list target spike during there was like a Nova, there was like a pentagram one, there was the North Star type cards, there's a sword, the arena, there was a bunch of Legends artifacts that are very iconic from this time that were getting bought out and started to become very, very expensive. I mean, like I said, I know a lot of you who aren't familiar, you weren't involved a couple years ago. It's very difficult for me to explain to you that all of these cards in a grade like 9.5 gold labels of BGS, these would have been between, if you're lucky, $150, but most likely between $200 and $300, maybe even $400 a card for certain cards, especially in the boom of like Arena in Tensu, Washington over there. Serious, no joke, everyone. And I think that's one of the reasons it's important to really have these videos and discuss it with you all, because this information is going to be lost as time and years go by. A lot of people who aren't around, they're not going to remember specifically really what happened. And it's really crazy. It's really an unbelievable thing of what happened with the boom and bust for people who weren't involved with it. All right, so here we go. Another one. I was always going to say, do you know what it means? But I just realized it's up there. So Ring of Immortals kind of took my fun away from the game. So we got a 9.5. We have 4 baby twins 9.5s over here. Again, this is another one of those artifact rings, similar to, like I said, North Star, the pentagram ones, the swords. You got the rings. You got the. These are all part of that Legends Reserve list type buyout. Again, these are all Italian Legends, because I've never owned any graded Italian Legends. I thought it'd be kind of a, for the price, I thought, why not? And again, this ring was a little bit more expensive at $29.00. So this was a big spending thing for me. And I thought, hey, who cares? This is just a fun thing. Make good background. And again, make a good discussion because, all right, Gravity Spear here. What is this one? $50 also. So Gravity Spear was another one of those reserve lists, similar to Stormworld for the Red Legends. Very, very big deal. Very, very popular target for the speculator people who were part of the boom and bust of 2017. Now, Gravity Spear was... so this was a mid-tier card right here. So Gravity Spear cost me, again, this was a $29 card. And again, 9.5 with some baby numbers on top that don't mean anything. And it's just one of these cards that, the company who sold these to me took a bath. I'm going to be very blunt with you all. The company who's unloading these positions are fire selling because they can't sell them. People aren't stepping up to the plate to spend the money. And this is what I've been trying to explain. We've had a lot of conversations, and I know a lot of people have been wanting me to do more reserve list videos, and I really haven't done a large quantity of reserve list videos because I've been so busy with all the other news, the headlines, secret drops, box openings. Every week there's some ridiculous new meme box opening, or not meme Wizards news of like 400 secret layers or a Timmy box, and there's just so much day-to-day stuff. Some of these type of videos get pushed to the side. I mean, I've had this video now. I ordered this and done this. I've been trying to get this video live for a couple weeks, and hopefully you guys can even see it in February here. You saw the order here. This was January 28th, and I mean, received it on like the 30th or 31st or something, and, I've been holding this for another week or just trying to get to the video. And it's very important. The history of this stuff is going to go down as almost legends. No pun intended. It's almost a story of a legend because, I mean, there are investors in stores out there that literally got completely crushed in this stuff because they didn't know what they were doing. They hired employees to run this stuff, and they truly didn't know what they were doing. And they thought, it can only just keep going up. It's easy money. Well, guess what? The market collapsed upon itself because it went up too quick on the FOMO. And here we are, and again, I know the comments going to be, well, there it is. We all knew Creepy Rudy was just going to step in and start swooping crap up for pennies on the dollar. So here we are. All right, so here we are here. Anybody remember this card? So I love that. Purification Zone. I love that. Well, anyways, it's Cleanse. I was trying to hide the top there. Yes, 9.5 with a bunch of 9.5s and 10s. Who cares? Is this uncommon or rare? I think they're all rares. I thought 1 or 2 might be uncommon, though. Anyway, so this is a Cleanse. BGS 9.5 with a bunch of cool subgrades. This is another one of the cards. Again, look at this here. BGS 9.5 Cleanse. 29 whole dollars. Whoop-de-doo. Let's finish these last few before we continue our conversation, everybody. Here's another one here. Look at this now. 40, what they have this at? $40 originally. So we got ourselves a Winds of Change. Anybody remember this card? Winds of Change. Gorgeous looking 9.5s, bunch of nobody cares. And here we got over here. Now this was something I was very excited about because when I was younger, I used to be a real big fan of this. We have, now look at this, look at this. Look at this, you guys. Everybody, seriously. 3% young ladies, beautiful ladies, and the old creepy guys. Look at this, $80. So look at the tags on this thing. A 9.5, Elder Dragon Legend. Anybody remember? It says Elder Dragon Legend. Does it actually say on the top? No, it just has, okay, name of the card. Again, 9.5 Elder Dragon Legend, okay? No joke! No joke! No joke. 9.5. $21. Are you kidding me? Either I'm the biggest Timmy, or, it just shows people are just tired of dealing with these cards. Infamous Arcade Saboth. And again, Elder Dragon Legend, Infamous 9.5. Their subgrades don't care. Again, same thing. Look at the last 2 cards here. All $21. It is what it is, everybody. You get the idea on the pricing. So, very last card here, same thing, $21. What do they have this one at? Look at this crap. And, you know, it's just... There we go. This is the point. So now that you got the background, I'm going to do some talking for a couple minutes, and then I'll let you guys resume your day. I don't think these cards are going to be going sky high and back up in value. If that's what a lot of you are saying is, why did Rudy buy these? Why did the store sell them so cheaply? For the love of all that's goodness gracious. I mean, first of all, to grade, if you were to send one card by itself, you're probably going to spend $20 between fees, maybe even $30 between back and forth shipping and fees. If you do it in bulk, you can drop the cost per card maybe down to $5, $6, maybe even $7 shipped with all your shipping and fees divided up. And of course, that's no guaranteed turnaround time. So you're probably looking at 1 year to get your cards back from Beckett. So why on earth would somebody unload a bunch of 9.5 gold label, reserved list, Legends 1994, Italian Legends, cards for pennies? And I promise you, I can guarantee you, every one of you watching this, the store who sold this to me, lost their butt. They lost their hair, and they lost their shaved face like Rudy's in how I look in my videos. There is no way on God's green earth that they turned a profit selling me 9.5 cards between $20 and $30. And then they had to pay shipping, and they paid the credit card fees of 2-3%. There's no way. And then, of course, you store them in your warehouse, you inventory them, you pay employees to pack and ship. There's no way. There's no way. So, moving forward, the question is now, Rudy, what are we doing with this crap? What's the future? What are we looking at here? The only people that are going to be left dealing with this stuff in the near term are going to be people who truly have a passion and truly like the cards. So I know most people aren't going to watch this late in the video, but in my opinion, the people who are buying these and considering collecting or investing or just playing with cards of this era, reserve list cards, are people who truly care about the cards now. And I think that's a good thing. I think what we experienced, and I helped to spread that message on YouTube, was that these old Magic cards were a great investment, which a lot of them probably will end up being good investments. Again, I'm sure even after the dust settles and things start coming back up and this and that and changing, whatever it may be, I wouldn't be surprised if things still go back up and do well. That's not something that's going to shock me. But at the same time, I kind of have, as we've really reflected and studied this big drop that we've experienced, I actually think it was good. I think the reset in the flushing out of the system of stores and people who had no business owning these, didn't have a clue. People were buying, I heard on YouTube from Rudy, I saw some news articles saying, invest in reserve lists and that, so I bought a card and I flipped it and I made an easy $100. When you get that easy money mentality, it's similar to like Bitcoins and other weird, or not really Bitcoin, the weird third-party, bizarre, millions of other cryptos. You get the pump and dumps and you get the weird stuff that really aren't healthy for any hobby, any collectible, any investment, or any real game. And now I think moving forward, the people who are really going to have these cards are going to go back to people like me and people like other collectors and investors and old school players that truly want the cards. I decided to make this purchase, number one, because I thought the cards were so cheap, it was absurd. I had to buy it and make a video on it because the story alone I felt was priceless. Number two, I thought it was important to share my perspective on why I bought it. And yes, it's because I thought it was stupidly cheap. But it was mostly because I still love the cards. The same reason that I still buy Power 9 or Unlimited Black Lotuses or Unlimited Moxins and everything. Even though I have, I'm over 20 Unlimited Lotuses at this point. I think I'm at 190 pieces of power for Unlimited or something. And it's cool. I enjoy it. It's really, and I know long term they probably will go up in value. The probability is higher that it will than it won't. But I truly enjoy it. And I think what we're all seeing is the prices come down and now they're leveling out, is that the people who are going to have these cards moving forward post 2020, it's going to go back to the people who truly enjoy the game and truly want the cards in their hands. And the short-term flippers and everything that saw the easy money dollar signs are kind of washed away and flushed out. Because they can't make easy money in the short term. They can't flip the card. They can't just do a 0% of credit card. And I think it's over with. And I think this is the sign of a good moving. This is kind of the good ground floor to move forward in the future on these old cards. That's really my speech, everybody. Have a great day.